let's get them locked down as well out there, because when those winds come through initially, it is really powerful.
Okay, and to our viewers, we do have reporters all over the valley. We want to go now to Jaime Cerreta standing by live. Jaime, it looks pretty dark behind you.
Yeah, it's moving toward us, Carrie. We are at I-10 in Pecos, and let me show you what we can see right here. We have an orange sky with this wall of dust coming our direction, and you know you're in the right place when you see all these storm chasers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different groups of people out here taking photographs, and 2 of these folks are very well known in our community as well. Brian Snyder, tell me a little bit about what we're seeing out here today.
It's a massive wall of dust. It's probably one of the biggest dust storms we've had in recent years. We were on it all the way down in Tucson, started out with just a little bit of dust, and then by the time it gets to Phoenix, it's massive.
How early did you start chasing this storm?
I think we left about noon, and we had lunch and just waited in the heat, waited for it to happen.
And you're live streaming this right now?
Yeah, we're live streaming right now on my website, briansnyder.com/live.
All right, and let's talk to you, sir. Tell me your name.
Chris Fraley.
And how long have you been storm chasing?
Oh, about 2 years.
Tell me about today's chase.
Oh, it was a lot of patience, a lot of waiting, and then finally you get this, so it makes it all worthwhile.
And what makes you want to storm chase?
This right here.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, okay, this is time to stop and capture?
Oh, I mean, from the beginning. I mean, look at this. I mean, you see the edge right here. I mean, how this thing just, I mean, look at the size of this thing. I think earlier I saw a report it was around 3,000 feet and growing. So, I mean, it's easily over that right now. But again, you know, we started off at noon today, sat out in the hot sun, you know, waiting for a lot of nothing for a while. And then here we go. This makes it all worthwhile.
Is this kind of a record dust storm for you all?
It's a big one.
It's a big one. The July 5th, I still think is bigger.
Yeah,
the July 5th. I mean, that one was majorly much. I mean, that's the biggest one we've ever seen. But since 2011, I would say this is probably the biggest we've seen. Yeah.
And you guys know how to do this professionally, and you take these pictures so that people can stay at home and look at your beautiful photos. Tell me what you want people to know out there.
You know, these are beautiful to look at, but it's very dangerous. This is probably one of the most deadly things you can run into besides lightning and, you know, different things out here. And I saw a lot of people when we were driving, they were pulling over, getting to the side of the road. And so that's exactly what you want to do. Pull over, turn your lights off. And so I think people are finally realizing what to do.
So people are behaving well. And we saw something that looked like a gustnado. What was that thing?
You know, I don't know for sure. I didn't get a great look at it, but I'm pretty sure earlier when we were chasing, we saw a gustnado right out in front of it. These things ride the outflow off the storm. You're actually feeling it right now. And very easily a gustnado can form right in front of it.
And we are feeling that wind really start to kick up right now. In fact, you might see it blowing. Yep. All right, the guys are running, so that means the dust storm is coming our way. Oh my gosh. Okay, this dust is really blowing in your eyes. It's moving very quickly. I don't know about miles per hour, but this thing has got some speed. All my hair is blowing in my face right now, and this thing is a moving. I can barely see past my photographer right now, and I'm standing an arm's length away from him. This is what it's like to be right in the middle of a dust storm, folks. So I hope you are home safe and sound and just watching us on TV, because this is why it is important to be off the roads. If you can hear us and you are on the roads, it is important that you pull off the road as soon as you can before you see this thing get too close to you, because that's what you want to do, and turn off your lights as well. Also, if you have a need for information, ADOT has a phone number that you can call. That is 511, and you can get what is happening on the road. You can see this thing is moving very quickly. I can barely see past these vehicles right now. And we have a lot of folks staying right here, staying put in the middle of this dust storm. We are in Chandler off I-10 and Pecos, and I see another car that is moving this direction. Oh, he's not doing the right thing. The lights are coming toward us, thank goodness, and they're moving our way. So we actually have a tumbleweed blowing through. There you go.
Can you even
there you
hear
go,
us
Fields.
out there?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you now, Fields.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you could hear us or not, just because the wind is blowing so hard. I know that initial gust certainly took you by surprise. We can tell that back here.
It did.
Is it just feel steady now? It looks like you're getting hit pretty hard.
Okay, you know what? Right now, I'm right in front of my photographer. I can barely see past him. And you can just see the orange overtaking you right now. That orange color surrounding poor Noland is squinting as he faces me, because I've got my back to the dust. Close your eyes, Noland, if you can, because I can see he's in pain. This thing is moving quickly. It's moving, it's getting harder now. It's coming much faster. The dust is getting kicked up. Like I told you, we're getting some branches kicking up, literal tumbleweeds blowing through in the middle of the desert here in Arizona. So this is a Arizona monsoon, folks.
It is here in full force, and boy, you got to feel the front as it came through. Pretty impressive stuff, Jamie.
All right, Jamie, I'm so sorry.
You know, growing up here in the valley, I think that I was always really safe and good. I don't think I've ever been on the road in the field when this has happened. So live TV, you gotta love it for that.
Yeah, that's why we want to keep with you right now, because the pictures behind you are so impressive. And
Let's do
again,
it.
where Jamie is essentially the eye of the storm coming into the valley. And it's interesting because she actually caught up with all of the storm chasers who are right there. She said 6 or 7 of them out there taking the pictures as this thing moves in. Those pictures are incredible, Jamie.
Yeah, Carrie, you know, you always know you're in the right place when you see a storm chaser, and that always makes me feel a little bit at ease because you know these guys are professionals. You can see the dust. Woo! We've got a howling wind right now, and I feel a little bit of sprinkles as well. This thing is moving and moving quick, and it's picking up a lot of what's on the ground as well. So please do be safe. If you're out there, you want to pull over and stay in your car, put the emergency brake on. Look at this thing moving. Nolan, let's take a look. Woo!
Well, and Jamie,
right.
we know you're in Chandler technically, and I know we have Amanda Goodman over.
At Pecos.
Yeah, so we know Amanda is not so far away in Ahwatukee, and certainly some concern out there because you have a lot of people in one single spot, and the tents and everything that are set up that can blow away in a heartbeat. Jamie, that's just incredible. We can't see anything behind you now.
Okay, well, I can barely see the camera because this stuff is picking up. It's getting very quick. I wonder what the wind speed is out here because it feels intense. Sand in my eye and in my mouth now. And we have storm chasers taking photos of me trying to report in the dust storm. Nolan's laughing at me, and this storm is very intense. I'm sure you can see by the looks of me how strong that this wind is. Now it's like taking a beating with little hail pellets, if you will. I knew I should have brought my sunglasses out for this thing as shields.
You need
didn't.
goggles out there like they have during the firefights. This is amazing. We can't even see the street behind you anymore. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I think Nolan's light is shining off it's reflecting off the dust, and now it's getting a little darker as well, and that's why we can't see it so well. Nolan, can you pan off a little bit? Maybe we can see a little bit better.
It's gotten much darker. The fields, it's gotten much darker out here. Tremendously in a very quick amount of time. I'm talking like 5 seconds. We have a change in the light span that we can see, and definitely a change in visibility. The wind has slowed down a smidge. I'm not getting kicked in the face as much with sand as I was 2 minutes ago, so that's good news, but the visibility has definitely gone down. I can barely see right in front of past this car that's right in front of me. So visibility is down. Looks like wind's taking another blow for us right now.
All right, Jamie, stand by. We're going to stay with you. Kim Quintero, we're watching this as it moves in here, and this thing is picking up force. How long are we going to see this moving through right here?
Well, right now the line is actually headed towards Mesa and Tempe. It's currently moving through Ahwatukee. So we had that live picture from Amanda Goodman out at the Red, White, and Boom. Those folks are getting inundated with dust right now. Exactly what Jamie is seeing. Visibility's down to 0. So this is continuing to track. It looks like along the 202, the US 60. We can see that outflow boundary and that wall of dust on radar indicated in green, and that is moving off again towards Tempe within the next 10 minutes. It's moving at about 20 to 25 miles an hour to the north-northwest, and it is producing winds of about 45 miles per hour. So that is what Jamie is experiencing right now, and you can see those live pictures from Ahwatukee, their fireworks show that was supposed to start at 9 o'clock tonight. Folks gathering out there to see it, and they are just sitting out, waiting out this dust. But this is certainly not something healthy to be breathing in, no doubt. And those folks are bearing down. But you can see those tents. Some of them looks like are trying to flop over, and you can see those winds are rattling around things out there. But again,
you see the people huddled underneath that one in the distance. You see that there, Kim? And
yeah,
so people have lowered them down as far as you can lower them, and they're sitting underneath there holding the frame, hoping they're going to stay.
Hopefully they are holding on to those because they are going to fly away. But again, we are seeing this dust move through Mesa right now as we speak. We're also seeing it approaching Tempe. I imagine it's probably going to move to Phoenix within the next 15 minutes or so. We're already seeing it from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and just the picture is pretty ominous right now in the Southeast Valley. So if you don't have to drive, do not get outside by any means right now if you are in the valley.
All right, and for